Hey, welcome back. Let's look at the multiplication of A times B and then B times A. I was in the middle of editing this matrix. Let's see, we've got 5, 1, 3, negative 2. Then I'm going to edit matrix B. It's also a 2 by 2. And it is 2, 0, 4, 3. All right, I'm going to go back out to the calculate screen. I'm going to pull up matrix A, multiply it with matrix B. And the document to your left, you'll be able to check these along the way just to make sure that they're all coming out correctly. Okay. A times B, that's a match. If we do it in the other order, alright, then we get a match here. Unfortunately, these two are not the same matrix, so A and B do not commute. We also looked at matrix to a power. Maybe I want to pull up matrix A and cube it, or even square it. It doesn't matter, just put you a power on it. And that will be the result of A times A. We could also cube that. I'm going to do math and 3 for cube. And so it's very quick and easy. We identified A to the 0 as the identity matrix. Sure enough, there it is. You can also create an identity matrix using your calculator. If you ever needed to, you can go over to math. Identity is the 5th option. And if you needed a 2 by 2 identity matrix, you would put a 2 here. If you needed a 3 by 3 or whatever size you need, you just put your number back here. This would be an identity with 3 1s on the main diagonal. At the bottom, we discussed transpose. I'm just going to quickly edit matrix A to look like the one at the bottom of the document over here. Except I'm just going to make up some random numbers. I tell you what, I'm just going to move this up, and then we'll do an A transpose of that one. Okay, so I'm going to edit matrix A, that's a 2 by 3. We have 4, 0, 5. Negative 1, 3, 2. Okay, I'm going to quit to the calculate screen. I'm going to pull up matrix A, and then I'm going to transpose it. If we go to matrix under the math tab, transpose is the 2nd option. And remember, for transpose, row 1 becomes column 1, row 2 becomes column 2, and so forth. So 405 is row 1. In the transpose, it's column 1. Negative 132, that's row 2. In the transpose, it becomes column 2. So not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and edit matrix B from the paper. That's also a 2 by 3. We have 3 1s in the top row. 3, 5, 7 in the 2nd row. and I'm going to edit matrix C to be the 2 by 2, and that one's already in there. Okay, good. Saves us a little time. Let me clear this off. Alright, so when we did it in the video before, A plus B, you bring it up, type it just as you want it to appear, and make it match. So A plus B. Excuse me, 516, 289, that's a match. The other one we brought in a little scalar multiplication. So we had 2A minus B. And it carries out all those operations. 7, negative 1, 9, negative 5, 1, negative 3. We have a match. A times C, excuse me, A plus C, if we were to try to pull that off, now we know they're not going to work because of the dimension mismatch, but if we were to try to add those two matrices, then we have a dimension mismatch. Your calculator will let you know if you can't add or subtract. Okay, so I'm going to quit that. Now for the multiplication, we've already covered that. We haven't done inverse yet, so let's do that. I'm going to edit matrix A to be a 2 by 2, and the top row is 2, 5. The second row is negative 3, negative 7. We could type in matrix C and do the A times C, C times A, and formally look at it that way. What we can do, and what I'm going to do, is just take matrix A, invert it, and see if it looks like C. That's the quicker way to do it. Alright, so let me pull up from the calculate screen matrix A, and then right here under math, the X to the negative 1 button, that's your invert, and it will invert for you. And sure enough, A inverse looks just like C. And let's see, as far as determinant goes, I'm going to pull up matrix A, and then to get to determinant, actually I need to be in front of that. Second matrix under your math tab, determinant is the very first option. So determinant of matrix A was 1. Okay, now let's remind ourselves why that's true. I'm going to pull up matrix A. If you were to do the AD minus BC formula, 2 times negative 7 is negative 14, minus 5 times negative 3, which is minus negative 15. So it's negative 14 plus 15, which is 1. But anyway, I want to show you how to do determinant on these graphing calculators. Excuse me. And then I think the only thing we have left is to look at the matrix equation, AX equals B, and use it to solve for X. All right, let me clear this junk out. Matrix, let's see, I'm going to edit A. That's would be your coefficient matrix, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 2 by 2. Matrix B we're going to put that equal to 3, 7. That's a column. So that's a 2 by 1 with entries 3 and 7. All right, I'm going to go out to the calculate screen. We're going to need to pull up matrix A, invert it, times matrix B, and that gives us 5, negative 3, just like we did here. So if you have an invertible matrix, to solve this equation, it'll be A inverse times that matrix B. Do not feel like you have to go through the identity matrix and row reduced echelon form to do the inverse of a larger matrix. I'm going to go in here, edit matrix A. It's going to be a 3 by 3. I'm going to use this one. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that disappear. 0, 1, 2. 103. 4, negative 3, 8. And then I'll just simply go out, pull that up, and invert it. Matrix A, inverse. Now, we've done this one before on the previous video. Whenever you invert, if you happen to get a whole slew of decimals or any decimals, you can do math and enter twice and convert all those to fractions. All right, and so I hope this helps, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the video off here. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Email's the best contact, and have a good day.